Alright, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making a video about something that's a little bit sad that just actually ended up changing today. So basically, if you guys didn't know, on December 31st, 2020, Flash Player was going to be completely discontinued and lose all support on pretty much all browsers that are currently updated. There might still be some out there that might be able to play it, like maybe Internet Explorer or something, but I'm not even sure about that. But if you try to go on a website like Cool Math Games, which is one I used to play on all the time back in school, you go on down to here, for example, which is one of my favorite games, Run 2. Trying to load it, it'll just say to play this game, click here and allow Flash. And yeah, when you click it, it just takes you to this page, which basically tells you, hey, Flash Player isn't supported anymore, which is pretty sad because Flash Player was what a lot of games were built under. A lot of people's, first games who actually got into creating full-on games. It was a great place just to kind of learn the basics of game design and things like that. And some of these games ended up being very popular, like Run 2. And this ended up being turned into like a mobile port of it, and that has a ton of downloads, like on the Play Store. Some games like Fancy Pants Adventure, which was another one I used to play all the time, that got a full game on the 360. Flash was just a great platform for games because it was cheap, all the games were free, developing for it was pretty easy from what I've heard. I've never messed around with it. And also, they were very easy to access. You didn't have to download any of the games, you didn't have to do anything like that. Go on a site like Cool Math Games or Miniclip and just play all the games you want. So sadly, as you see, as I was talking about, Flash Player is completely discontinued on basically any modern browser. There's no way to play any of these games. All hope is not lost. There's still a way to play some of these games if you have some good memories of them and you just want to go and replay them. There's this up here, which is called Blue Maxima's Flashpoint. And this is basically just a launcher with most of the popular and known Flash games all downloaded to it. And you can play it without having to use a browser. You can play it all offline. It's really nice. So go here to download Flashpoint. You can choose Flashpoint Ultimate or Infinity. Ultimate is where you download every single Flash game that they have archived onto your computer, which is obviously not the greatest idea because that's 532 gigs worth of files, and most of those games you're probably not going to want to play. So the better option would be Flashpoint Infinity, which it just gives you a launcher that lets you download each game separately that you want to play. And then after you've downloaded those games, then you can play them all offline. So let me just download this installer and just kind of show you guys how to do that. So yeah, this has a very slow download time because my guess is just because everyone is trying to do this right now, or at least anyone who has very good memories of Flash Player games, because this site has been getting a lot of recognition recently, or this program at least, because everyone's been talking about how Flash Player's getting taken down, and this is pretty much the easiest way to play those games now that it's no longer supported. So once this installer is finished downloading, I'll continue the video and I'll talk to you guys then. Okay, so finally, like 45 minutes later, this is done now, so let's open up the installer. I'm guessing just because of how many people are doing this, it's just going to take a while for the installer to download. Basically, just download it, press run. Then this will take a minute. It actually doesn't look like it's going to take too long. It's already at 40%. But yeah, so doing it this way, you don't have to spend hours downloading every single game. This is just downloading, like I said, the launcher, and then from there you can download all the games after. Okay, so now I have Flashpoint opened up, it's all installed. I'm just gonna allow access to that so it's able to connect to the internet, and here we are. So this is the launcher. If I go to games here, you'll see a list of basically every single Flash game that people know about. There's actually a couple, from what I've heard, that are missing, but there's a whole submission process that, the games get submitted, they look through them. If it's fit for this launcher, then they'll put it onto the launcher, and yeah, so you can see here the name of the games. There's a lot in other languages. To the left, the icon shows what it's using. So not everything is actually from Flash. This actually collects games from a ton of different like engines, I guess you can call it. So it has Unity Web Player, Flash Player, HTML5, things like that. So you can just play a ton of browser games just through Flashpoint, which is really nice. So one of the ones that was my favorite, like I said before, was a Run 2. So let's just search that. Here we go, Run 2 right at the top. Press play on it, and it should open up a little window here. And you can see now we're playing Run 2. And you can play it just like you normally would in a browser. There's no differences to it at all. Yeah, and if I disconnected from the internet, which I'm not going to do right now because that'll mess a couple things up, you could even play these all offline. So if you wanted to, you could just download a couple of these onto a laptop or something like that, and then you can play them whenever. Oh, and from the looks of it, they got a couple more obscure meme games on here too, like this. So that's cool. This one I remember playing a lot in like middle school in the computer lab. But yeah, let's go and look at some of the games for other platforms. So Escape from the Island, sure, let's just try this out, just to see if Unity Web Player works too, because that's been discontinued for the longest time. You haven't been able to play anything from Web Player in probably like 4 years. From the looks of it, it opens up this little browser window. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, no, there it is. It just opens it up in this like Chrome-like browser. Actually, I think this is... What even is this based off of? I don't even know. It kind of looks like Firefox. Basilisk is what it's called. I'm pretty sure this is a Firefox, not a clone, but like a branch or a fork of Firefox. But yeah, just through this, you can then play these games. I've never heard of this game. It was just the first Unity Web Player one that I saw. This actually looks very similar to some of my early projects in Unity. I don't know how you pick things up. But yeah, so it's even got an but yeah, it's pretty cool that you can play games from a ton of different platforms on here. There's also some HTML5, even though those run perfectly fine in current browsers. It's more for if something comes to replace it, then all these games are already archived and saved somewhere, so they don't have to go through this again like what they did with Flash. But yeah, it's just really nice that there's a way to play some of these games after they've been discontinued, because a lot of these are some of my favorite games that I played, you know, from my childhood, because I basically only played Flash games for like a very large portion of time. So a lot of these bring back some memories, and it's really nice that they're not now just lost to time. One that I do remember a lot was Super Mario 63, which of course is on here because this is a very popular Flash game. But it was basically a whole recreation of Mario 64, but also mixed in, had some Mario Sunshine in it, and it was 2D. So it's just a really cool game. But yeah, if you guys are interested in trying this out, there's going to be a link down in the description, or you can just search Flashpoint, and it should be one of the first links that comes up. Just letting you know, like I was saying before, the download times might be pretty slow, just because, I mean, Flash Player just got officially discontinued today. So I feel like a lot of people are probably downloading it today, or will be for the next couple days. So don't expect download times to be super quick, because for me it took like 45 minutes and I have pretty decent internet. But you know, just download it overnight or something if it's gonna take a while. But yeah, hopefully some of you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Flashpoint website, like I said, down in the description, because it is a really cool project. And yeah, guess I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.